Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're all about relationships.
Ooh, relationships. Everyone's favorite.
Well, mine at least. And this time, we've got Dr. John Gottman's book as our guide, The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work.
Classic. It's like the relationship Bible, based on decades of research.
Decades. This guy's seen it all. Thousands of couples. And he can, get this, actually predict if they'll stay together or not.
No way. Seriously.
Yeah, just by watching them. And it's not like some mystical thing. It's all about the way they talk to each other. He's found these patterns, these communication styles that either make it or break it.
So it's not all about like finding the one, it's about skill.
Exactly. You can learn this stuff, so no pressure or anything.
Well, a little pressure, but at least there's hope, right?
Right. So where do we even begin? Gottman lays out 7 principles, but we're focusing on the first 2 today. Think of it like the foundation of a house.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
First up, love maps. Have you heard of this?
Love maps, like those old school paper ones?
Kind of. But instead of roads and landmarks, it's all about your partner's inner world, their hopes, their dreams, their fears.
So basically really knowing your partner.
Yes. But it's deeper than just knowing their favorite color or birthday. It's like knowing what makes them tick. What are they passionate about? What stresses them out?
Okay, I'm seeing where the map part comes in. You're navigating their inner landscape.
And just like a GPS helps you navigate traffic, these love maps help you navigate conflict.
Ah, so that's the secret sauce.
Right. When you understand where your partner's coming from, you're less likely to, accidentally step on a landmine.
Less likely to get into those big blow-up fights.
Exactly. It's all about context. And just like those GPS maps need updates, so do our love maps.
Oh, that's good. Because people change, right?
All the time. We grow, we evolve. That's why it's so important to keep those lines of communication open.
So how do we actually do that? How do we keep those love maps up to date?
Well, Gottman has this fun little game. It's called the Love Map 20 Questions. Have you heard of it?
Ooh, 20 questions. I'm already thinking about what I'd ask.
It's brilliant, actually. So each of you writes down 20 random numbers, 1 to 60.
Why those numbers specifically?
Those numbers correspond to questions in the book. And they're not just any questions. These are designed to really make you think about your partner.
So it's like a guided deep dive into their world.
Exactly. You might think you know everything about them, but trust me, these questions will uncover something new.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. Spill the tea. What are some of these questions?
All right, so one of them is, what is your partner's fondest dream of the future?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right, it makes you think beyond the day-to-day. And another one is, who are your partner's 2 closest friends?
Interesting. It's not even directly about your partner. It's about their circle. I like it.
It's about understanding their world, their connections. And it's not just about playing games either.
Oh, there's more. I'm hooked.
Gottman talks a lot about the power of open-ended questions in everyday conversations. Like, instead of just asking, did you have a good day?
Which, let's be honest, usually gets a fine. Yeah.
Exactly. But if you ask, what was the best part of your day, it opens up a whole new level of conversation.
That's so true. It shows you're actually interested, not just going through the motions.
And every answer, it's like adding a new detail to your love map.
Building that foundation brick by brick. I love it. So open-ended questions. Check. What's next?
It's like you're getting a sneak peek into their past, their childhood dreams. So we've got our love maps. We're asking those insightful, open-ended questions. What's next on our journey to relationship gold?
Well, now it's time for principle number 2, fondness and admiration.
Okay, I feel like this is something people kind of forget about, especially when they've been together a while.
It's easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day, right? The routines, the chores, maybe a little bit of, dare I say, boredom creeping in.
Boredom. Yikes. So
Oh.
how do we combat that? How do we keep the spark alive?
That's where fondness and admiration come in. It's about actively cultivating those positive feelings for your partner.
So it's like an active choice. It's not just something that happens.
Exactly. You have to choose to see the good, to appreciate those little things, even when the socks are on the floor again.
Because let's be real, there are always going to be those little annoyances, right? No one's perfect.
No one is perfect, but the couples who focus on the good, who make an effort to express fondness and admiration, they're the ones who thrive.
Thriving, that's what we want. Not just surviving, right?
Absolutely. And Gottman actually compares it to this thing he calls the emotional bank account. Have you heard of this?
I have. It's brilliant. It's like taking something abstract, emotions, and making it concrete.
Exactly. So just like with your actual bank account, you make deposits and withdrawals.
Okay, so in this case, what counts as a deposit in the love department?
Think of those little moments of connection, Giving your partner your full attention when they're talking to you, offering a helping hand without being asked, expressing gratitude for something they did.
It's about making them feel seen, appreciated, right?
Yes. And then, of course, you have the withdrawals. Those moments of criticism, contempt, defensiveness.
Ouch, those sound painful.
They can be. And just like with a real bank account, if you're constantly making withdrawals without enough deposits, you're headed for trouble.
Makes sense. So how do we make sure we're keeping that emotional balance in check?
Well, one of the most powerful ways is through expressing appreciation. And Gottman has this great exercise in his book called the I Appreciate exercise.
Ooh, I love a good exercise. Tell me more.
It's so simple, but so effective. Each of you takes a few minutes and writes down 5 things you appreciate about your partner.
Okay, sounds easy enough. What's the catch?
The key is to be specific. It's not enough to say, I appreciate that you're kind. You have to dig deeper. Remember those little moments, those specific actions that really touched you.
So instead of, I appreciate that you're helpful, it would be more like, I really appreciated it when you made dinner last night after I had a crazy day at work.
Exactly. You're highlighting a specific action and you're connecting it to how it made you feel.
It's those little details that make all the difference, right?
They really do, because it shows your partner that you're paying attention, that you notice and value their efforts.
It's like saying, hey, I see you and I appreciate you, without actually saying the words.
And the best part is, Gottman's research has shown that this simple act of expressing appreciation can actually shift a couple's dynamic almost instantly.
Wow, instantly. So we're not talking about some long, drawn-out therapy session. It's something you can do right now.
Exactly. It's like flipping a switch from negativity to positivity. And it reminds you why you fell in love in the first place.
Because we all need those reminders sometimes, right? Life gets busy, we get caught up in routines.
We do. But making that conscious effort to focus on the good, to express gratitude and admiration, it's like hitting the refresh button on your relationship.
Love that. So we've covered love maps, we've talked about the importance of fondness and admiration, and we've even gotten a little taste of the emotional bank account.
We've covered a lot of ground. And it all boils down to this. Small changes, consistently applied, can lead to big results.
It's not about those big romantic gestures we see in movies.
It's the little things, right? Day in, day out.
Exactly. And that's what's so great about these principles. It's not about finding some perfect person.
Because they don't exist.
Right. It's about making the choice every single day to nurture your connection.
To show up for each other, even when it's hard.
Even when it's hard, because let's be honest, relationships take work.
They do. But it's good work. It's rewarding.
Totally. And it's never too late to start, right?
You're never too late, even if you're going through a rough patch.
Even if you're like, I don't even know where to begin.
Gottman's got your back. Remember that emotional bank account?
And
he gives you this cheat sheet, basically.
a cheat sheet for your relationship.
Huh.
I'm all ears.
It's a list of everyday things that are either deposits or withdrawals, like a roadmap, you know?
Give me some examples. I need to know.
Okay, so a deposit is something like asking your partner about their day and really listening.
Not just pretending to listen while you're checking your phone.
Right. Or helping with a chore without being asked. Even just like making eye contact when they walk in the room. Those small gestures, they add up.
It's about being present, being mindful.
And on the flip side, you have the withdrawals. Scrolling through social media while they're trying to talk to you.
Ouch. Yeah, I've been guilty of that.
We all have. Or interrupting them mid-story. Those little things can chip away at the connection over time.
It's so easy to do without even realizing it.
That's why awareness is key. Once you know what to look for, you can start making different choices.
Choices that lead to a stronger, happier relationship.
Exactly. And you know what I love about all of this is it's hopeful, right?
Hopeful. Tell me more.
It means we're not doomed to repeat the same patterns as our parents or whoever.
We have the power to create the relationships we want.
And it doesn't have to be complicated. It's those small, consistent actions, those everyday choices that make all the difference.
It's about choosing love, even when it's messy, even when it's challenging.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right?
Choosing love.
Mm-hmm.
So beautifully said. Well, on that note, as we wrap up this deep dive into love maps and the emotional bank account, one final question for you to ponder.
Mm-hmm.
What's one small action you can take today to make a deposit into your own relationship? It could be a text, a compliment, a moment of truly listening. Those small gestures, over time, they build a love that lasts.
They really do. A love that's built on understanding, appreciation, and a whole lot of heart.